G'day everyone, Deniz here from Inspired Growth Training, and we are here with Melissa Hickson, and this is the BDM Coach podcast show. Melissa, thank you very much. So good having you here. I've got to let everyone know we were having a bit of a chat before we started, and we were looking at your Google reviews. 199 Google reviews. You need to get one today. 4.7. Absolutely amazing. And it was 6 years ago when I wrote a Google review for you.
I know. And we've had some Google reviews that have been taken down actually, which is so annoying. But yeah, we're working really hard to get over that sort of 200. 200. We haven't managed to get it, but yeah, would love to get that soon.
Oh, that's so good. But okay, you've had some good reviews taken down, but you've also had some bad reviews taken down, which is important. And when we say bad, the ones that weren't deserving, people that didn't even use your business, or they're just being bullying, right? Which is just outright outrageous.
Yeah, totally. Or
But
people like fake ones and things like that too. So yeah.
and it happens, and so be it. But ultimately, oh my goodness, 6 years since I wrote your one. How long have you been in business now?
We just had our eighth birthday. So yeah, that was really exciting. It was actually it kind of sprung up. I was like, oh my gosh, like 8 years. I feel like it was not really that long ago, but yeah, 8 years, like just last week.
I'll never forget the very first event that you came to ours in Melbourne, St Kilda Novotel, when it was a Novotel. I don't even know what it is now. And there was myself, Darren, and Stephen Rosenberg. Big bad Steve was there. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. It was like my first week of opening. I had like 0 properties on my rent roll. I was like a
And
complete freshie.
and look at you now, right? That was that. So that was 2018.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2018, which was like this time, because that's when Darren and I used to do our national tours. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was like March, April. So that's awesome. Like
Yeah.
massive congratulations. We don't have time to talk about everything that you've gone through in the last 8 years. But however, we're going to talk about technology and, so 4 amazing technological things that you've got in place that help you be, what skill sets you're using with technology that help you be the amazing award-winning BDM that you are. But before we get into those 4 things, give us a quick update. What's happened over Christmas? What's happening in the beginning of the year for you? What have you done in the last 12 months?
Well, yeah, over the last year, I've done a lot of traveling. I have done like a couple of trips to the US. I've done like multiple Bali trips. I've done quite a lot of traveling. I've done a lot of inner work on myself and just trying to get my confidence back and, getting things kind of built from the ground up all over again, because sometimes you kind of lose a little bit of momentum and things like that. So last year was really a year about doing really cool things for me that I love to get my little spark back, I suppose.
Yep.
I just started a second business, which is an energetics business for trauma healing, which is so super cool. So I did that.
Awesome. I want to
Whilst
talk about that a little bit later. I want to
yeah,
finish with that because it's really important. This whole thing that you're talking about is awesome. The amount of trips you've
yeah,
done, you've still been able to grow your business. These things that you've got in place have helped you do that as well, which is great.
yeah,
Mel, you
yeah,
forgot about the leadership event in the Philippines that you went to as well.
yeah,
But there's
yeah.
another country because
I
off
know.
memory, you went to America, then you
Yeah,
came to the Philippines, then you went back to America, right?
yeah,
And you
yeah.
you may have even done Bali in between before that as well,
Yeah, I did a few things last year, so yeah, it was fine.
which is excellent. That was and it was a great event. There's some amazing people at the last leadership that we did, and I believe that I remember you said to me, "This is exactly what I needed." It gave you a swift, it was a. I mean, when you're in a room of business owners, that are all focused on the same thing, it's phenomenal. Forget about the yacht and the champagne we had on the yacht and stuff. It's about the connection with the deep people. That was really good, but I want to bring all of that back to the 4 things that we're going to talk about. These skills and technology that you've put in place that have helped you being able to run a business and start a business while you're still listing properties.
Yeah.
People struggle on their own, and you've done this. Like, it's tough running a business, but you've been able to have, key things in place that have helped you. What would you believe? What do you think is one of the best things that's helped you being able to run the business and chase new business?
Yeah, well, one of the things that I implemented last year that I was a bit unsure about, like it took me quite a while to build up the courage to actually like go ahead and do it, but I actually put on my own VA. So we've got a VA for the girls who manages like the rent reviews and the, leasing and like whatever. But I needed somebody to like help me manage things in the back end. So like just doing like little things that I didn't want to do, or like data entry stuff, like reminding me of things, and I was a bit not sure. I was like, oh, what is someone going to do working alongside me for like a whole week and being like my right hand man? And I got an opportunity to put a full-time VA on, and I said, yep, okay, cool, like let's just go ahead and do it. So I've had my full-time VA, who's like my executive assistant. I've had her for probably, I would say, 8 or 9 months now, and that's literally been game changing. So yeah, it's just been game changing. Yeah.
That's pretty well. You've put her on pretty well straight after the IGT leadership we've done. But
Yeah.
what people are going to be worrying about or questioning now is, can you give some examples of things that she does? Like, what are some things that she's helping you with to free you up so you can be more income producing? Because ultimately that's what a VA should be doing, taking the crap away so
Yeah.
you can do what you're good at, right?
Yeah, so basically, like it could come down to like little tiny things in terms of like just reminding me that, hey, Mel, you have a call at 2 o'clock, or hey, you
Yeah.
have this Zoom. Like, make sure here's the Zoom link. Make sure that you get onto the Zoom link. It could be something as simple as that, or if I need something chased up, or I need a rental appraisal, or something like that. But one of the main things that she's really helped me with a lot is like when a lead comes into my emails, because most of the leads will come to my my personal email, like my Melissa@PRPM email, not the office email address. So the leads normally come filtered through my Outlook. And then basically what she'll do is she'll go through and say, okay, cool, this one is what we need. This is a new business client. She'll flag that, so I know obviously that I need to deal with that. But she'll actually get the information from the email. She'll read over it. And like if it's something like a referral from like say a buyer's agent or something like that, she'll say, hey Mel, you need to call this person, blah, blah, blah. I'll send the proposal and whatever from there. So basically what she does is she'll go through my emails, she'll filter it through, she'll send the proposal out to them before I even kind of get to the email. She will add them onto LinkedIn. So she finds them on LinkedIn, she adds them onto LinkedIn. She adds them into the CRM, and then she tags me to call them. So she says, okay, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I found them on LinkedIn, all good, please call. And then I will make the call, and then I say, if I connect with them, and I say, okay, cool, I spoke to Deniz. Deniz said, yep, he's not ready for another month. This is the situation. Please flag to follow up. So basically she'll go into the CRM, she'll change the follow-up date, she adds the notes in there, and it's just really easy for me to like filter the calls, because like I don't have time to do that, and I just don't do it. If I'd have to do it, I just don't do it.
Okay. I
So
love it.
yeah,
She's doing everything for you. We need to give a shout out to this VA. Melissa, what's her name?
her name's Dexy.
Dexy.
Yeah.
Massive thank you, Dexy, because
Yeah.
you are like, I have to cut you off to shut you up because you're just like all this stuff that she's doing. It's great. Like
Yeah.
you can clearly see how much impact that Dexy's had for you. And I love that. And I think it's great. She's really freeing you up. I love that she's tapping you on the shoulder, do this, and I've done this for you. Obviously, you've set the procedure in place, which is fantastic. But what I love, and I train on this because you've been doing this since day one, where you tap them on the socials, you link with them on LinkedIn. So you're basically saying to the landlords, this is me. Oh, by the way, if you don't use me, you're still going to see my educational content, all of my posts on social media. So you're going to be top of mind if they don't use you. So I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So moving on to the second thing, that what's the second step? What's another thing that you've actually said about 5 steps of technology and skills for a BDM in the first tip, right? But what's something else that I know your VA is helping you with that helps you be a better BDM? And it also, to quote your words yesterday when we had a chat, you said, Deniz, I know when I send this, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to get the business.
Yeah, so my property management proposal pack or
Yep.
my proposal email. So obviously Dexy has a template of that, and she'll send that out to whoever comes in. But basically I've really worked really hard on my proposal. I do need to refine it again. It's probably not 110% the way that I want it to be, because we've had some changes and whatever in our business. But it is really detailed. So it has information in there about like our routine inspection reports, our final inspection reports. It's got so the owners get an owner handbook. It's got a snippet of the owner handbook and what they can expect when they sign with us. It's got links to my Google page. It's got links to my YouTube page. It explains to them about like why they pay what they pay with me and why they shouldn't go with the cheaper agent up the road. And look,
Yep.
sometimes they do negotiate, like obviously that comes in, but a lot of the time if they want to work with me, they'll reply back and say, oh my God, like that's incredible. Like, half the time they don't even read the stuff that's in the email as well. They're just kind of going through and being like, wow, this girl just knows what she's talking about. I don't do a lot of face-to-face appraisals, to be honest. I don't remember the last time I've been out to site to do a face-to-face. I do things on like Zoom sometimes.
Yep.
Or like appraisals. Yep. So I'll get to that. Yep.
That's my step 3, right? That's your step 3. But keep going. So basically they've read the email, the pre-listing, the proposal, whatever we want to call it. But because you've got it laid out, a certain point highlighted so they don't have to read it all. Like, how have you got that laid out?
Yeah, so I've got like little paragraphs and I said like, this is our point of difference, this is our days on market, this is our arrears rate, this is our this is our that, this is, I'm a PM trainer and I'm this and I'm that, and like, all these things are
So you're
outlined.
highlighting all of your points of differences and you've got them in like,
Yeah, I'm just also refining my points of value checklist as well. So we just did
awesome.
that a couple of weeks ago. We just updated that. But yeah, it does have a few PDFs in there, and I probably do need to refine it a little bit more for my liking. But I mean, the body of the email is quite detailed and there's quite a lot of stuff in there. So I guess when people kind of get it, they're like, okay, cool, I can see why this girl charges X amount. And then, the other guys up the road that just send like a PDF copy, that's why they charge that amount. So if they want that like quality thing, like I find it's really easy, and that's probably why I don't do any appraisals face to face. It's like
So
they already made their decision.
throwing your worth at these people with your
Yeah,
proposal, So
yeah,
with regards to the PDFs, you can merge PDFs. You can put them in and have like 3 PDFs into one,
yeah,
so which is easy to do just to
yeah,
simplify things as well. So you've got an amazing VA. You've got a really good proposal as well that's helping you convert business, like better conversion rates. Now, you mentioned Zoom. So yes, that's, technology has changed people these days. Trust is found a lot easier and there's less face-to-face appointments. But you can offer a Zoom meeting if somebody wants a face-to-face.
yeah. So basically, look, I don't remember the last time I've been to a property to do a appraisal. Like
Mm,
I couldn't tell you the last time I've been to meet somebody. So like what I offer them is when they get my proposal, there's automatically a link to my calendar in there, and I say like, if you want to book in a meeting, like you can book in a meeting here. But like if they wanted to, like say if there's a husband and a wife and they, need to make a decision together, I would always encourage them to get on a Zoom meeting with me as like to talk face to face.
Yep.
If they want to. And I can also, like, if I'm working remote or whatever, if I'm traveling, I'll just say to them, hey, like, I'm actually overseas, but I can offer you this, and I'll just tell them that I'm away. Like, I don't really have any shame in saying that I'm not working in the office because I'm still working.
Yeah, absolutely.
I might just be by the pool drinking a bintang, and that's okay. But I'll do a face-to-face thing there, and they'll show me around the property, or I can get one of the girls to go out on site if they really need to. But
Mhm.
I try and get people on Zoom if I can. Um, but yeah, I mean it's a lot easier than
Well, Zoom
kind
gives
of
you that opportunity of meeting with the owner now rather than waiting for an appointment at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So there's some great benefits with that. And they
yeah.
can, like you said, take you through the property. So I guess with some extra wording, if they, if you feel like that you haven't quite won the moan over, and it's important to still review the property because you might go there and the house is like not a house you want to manage, right? Because,
Yeah.
so you can still offer someone to go over and evaluate and give feedback on attracting, how to attract better quality tenants or prepare the
Yeah.
home for rent, you
I
know.
sometimes do that, like when I'm like walking the dog, like I say to the clients, oh, like, say if they're home at like 8 o'clock in the morning, I'll be like, yeah, cool, I'm just gonna walk the dog. Like here's my Zoom link. Let's jump on Zoom. I'll like quickly have a look through, like, and I'll be like, oh, that doesn't meet minimum standards. We can do this, this, and this. And like it's really easy to do that. And I actually really like that I'm like out of office mode. I'm like, yeah, I'm like
Mhm.
walking the dog. She's like, on work, I'm in my activewear and whatever, and they just don't care, and they're just happy to have that conversation with somebody as well. So like I've done that heaps of times, and that's been reciprocated really well with people.
Does a lot of that conversation occur before or after you've sent your proposal, your pre-listing?
Normally after. So like
Yeah.
obviously they'll ring up the office, we'll send them the details of, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm now starting to do my videos again, so I'm being front of mind. They're seeing what I'm doing. They're then, figuring out, okay, cool, this girl knows what she's talking about. They'll reply back and say, okay, cool, like we just have some questions. And it's normally around like minimum standards, how to get better rent, whatever. And then, yeah, I'll kind of offer that to them if they want me to do that. But to be honest, I don't do a whole heap of appraisals at all. They're the
No,
ones
and
putting out
and I
there.
get that, but
Yeah.
my point is, well, your point, it's actually not my point. You're they're seeing you're in your active wear, walking the dog or sitting by the pool. They don't care because they know they're speaking to an expert. They've spoken to you on the phone once. You've sent them an email. You're
Yeah.
driving your points of difference. You're driving, your quality of service, your worth over every other agency. So they're not cared about what you're wearing.
Yeah.
You're just layering it so much, which is absolutely brilliant. Now,
Yeah.
another thing, I want to add another thing that you're offering, which is helping you being a great BDM. Sometimes you might have email contact and they don't know when they're available to meet you or you're overseas. How are you booking appointments with people when there's so much unknown or uncertainty with contacting them?
Yeah. So basically, like any client that comes through to my office, if I'm not available or I'm on the phone or something like that, they automatically get booked into my calendar. So basically, what happens is, say they'll ring the office, they'll say that I have a new business client or whatever. The girls will say, okay, like Melissa's not available at the moment, but I can see she's got free time in her calendar today at 1 o'clock or today at whatever, and they'll get the name, they'll get the contact number, they'll get the property address, they'll book a call into my calendar. And then these people will basically go and it will obviously come through my Calendly. I'll use that, booked in. I'm like, okay, cool. I know they'll have 2 calls today. I need to do those 2 calls. And then, they already know when they're getting a call back. So, and in the meantime, Dexter's sent them the proposal. So, and she's added them on LinkedIn. She's done everything in the background. So by the time I call them in like an hour, they've got those details. The other thing that works really well with that is that there's no phone tag. So like people like know that they're going to get me on the phone, and I know what I'm doing for the afternoon, and I'm not wasting time, like wasting calling people. But also the other thing is like when I'm traveling, I unblock time in my calendar. So that allows me to be like, when I was in the States, the time difference is like, nighttime there is like daytime here.
Hmm.
So I would like block out between like 6 to 8 o'clock at night for new business calls. And the girls would be like,
Yep.
yep, cool, Melissa's available at 9 o'clock today or 9 o'clock. Can we book you in? They'll book me in, they'll book them in. And then I'll like be during the day, like the next day, I'm like, okay, cool. I know that I've got 2 calls that I need to make. And they would not even know that I'm not even in the office. They'd just be like, because I'm calling on the landline on 3CX.
I
So
love it.
that works really well. And then people can like book in. I know what I'm doing. I can actually have time away and it just works my calendar. Don't get me wrong, like there's still calls that come through and I still take them all the time, but like it's nice for them to book in me so I know what I'm doing. And then it's like really nice for someone to get a call at a certain time. So everyone
Yeah.
in the office is trained, don't take messages. I don't want to know. I don't want to name it a number. I want to book in my calendar.
Yeah. Well done.
And everyone has a calendar link. So every single person, even the VAs, if they get the phones, they book into my calendar.
So it's Calendly, right? So that they can, when you click on the Calendly link, and they've got all the same questions are there. You've set your Calendly link up, so
Yeah.
once they click on it and they select the time, there's questions that need to be answered. So it doesn't matter who is booking them in, even if it's an owner doing it, they've got to answer all of the questions to create the appointment. So you're readily prepared for who you're speaking with as well.
Yeah.
So, I think it's great. And they're getting reminders as well.
Yeah, that's right. So like, yeah, so but it's good because I already know, like they already like I already like, okay, cool, yeah, thanks for calling me back. Like they're
Hmm.
sitting there, like they're waiting for my phone call. They know that like I'm calling at that time. And obviously I just have to pre-plan my calendar so that when I want to do new business calls, that I'm available to do new business calls. Like I could be, it works really well when I'm working remotely because if I last year I was doing a lot of traveling, right? So if I'm like away from the office, people still need to deal with the new business and I'm still the sales agent for my agency. So
Yep.
like I still want to get the business on and I don't want to stop growing just because I'm like going and traveling around America, right? So that worked really well for me and it allowed me to like know exactly what's going on. And being in the office and being like being on the road or like whatever, it's nice to have the girls like when someone calls up, it sounds so professional. Melissa's not available right now, but she's available in an hour. I can book you into her calendar. Would you like a call back then? And then they're like,
Yeah.
when I call back, they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. So I'm already, and then they've already got the proposal. Like it's very streamlined. So we worked really hard on that as a team. So yeah.
That's brilliant. It's really good that you're doing that. As you know, we've done a lot of secret shopping and we've collected stats, and 85% of the people that are making a phone call to a real estate agency aren't getting what they want on the first initial call. You've covered that. The owner who's calling you, they're feeling like they've been heard. A time is being booked in. Then you've got the amazing Dixie that's emailing them, tapping them on the shoulder, sending the proposals through or pre-listing email. Like there's stuff that's going on. So
Yeah.
that is setting your landlord up for where do I sign versus what are our fees? What are your fees? So huge congrats. Now, I wouldn't be Deniz Yusuf, the BDM coach, if I didn't talk about my book, right? So, Melissa, you're talking about the pre-listing email. I've got it in here for people to have a look. Leadmachinesecrets.com. I've already done the work. I've already put everything in. People just have to pay for the shipping and we'll send you a free copy. Mel, you've had a massive travel of over the last 12 months. You've done so much travel. Running a business is a lot more difficult than people think, right? And I want to talk about the importance of, stopping, shutting down, and forgetting about work, right? Because it is a very difficult thing. Most people that run their business, our brains, they don't switch off. But you have found the secret. Like what have you done in the last 12 months that's helping you shut down and giving you a mental break from property management? Like, how are you shutting down? What's helped you in the last 12 months?
Yeah, like obviously all of the things I just spoke about are really important that work in the background when I'm not there. Like it's really scary to step away from your business and think like, oh, is everything going to fall apart because you're not there, right? And it's a lot of it's having trust in your team and being able to, allow them to like develop and grow and do their own thing and to step up. A lot of it come down to me being a better leader and like working on my stuff internally, like working on my nervous system, working on like how I deal with things and my stress level and things like that. Being able to like manage my time better when I want to do all these really cool things for me. Like I went literally chasing music around America and doing all these country music festivals and stuff like that, that I was like freaking out about going away to America, let alone leaving my business for 2 weeks and being
Yeah.
on a different time zone. Like I never did that before. And then I was like, oh, this is awesome. I'm going to do that again. So I really spent the year like working on things internally, like my more like regulating my nervous system more so that I can be more calm, be a better leader, make better decisions. Like the job is so stressful. And like, if you're a leader coming into your business and you're being really short fused with people and you're like, you're in a bad mood, then that is a trickle effect throughout the whole team. And,
Mm.
that's something that I worked really hard on internally myself to be better because there was times that I was highly stressed and I was probably not a great manager and a great leader and I was probably in a bad mood with everyone. I found that yeah, I started doing like energetics works and like resetting my nervous system and upgrading my nervous system, and that's something that I've been doing on the side, which is like really super exciting. But um yeah, it's just like being able to make better decisions really and like being more calm.
So
Um,
this has helped you not only be a better leader, but also in running your business and helping you switch off, relaxing and switching off.
yeah, like just having better priorities, like when I'm like, okay, cool, like, when you're if I'm away, like everyone gets on their emails and they do their work and whatever, but like it's having the trust in the team and whatever and being able to like know that like it's okay to actually take some time for yourself. Like when you're burnt out, like when I'm burnt out, I know I'm burnt out. I'm like, right, I like need to like do something about it. So, and I was getting burnt out. I was getting snappy. I was getting, not making great decisions or having clear direction with what I was doing or my instructions or where I was going or how I was leading the team. So, being able to like step away from the business and having a clear mind, like also having the trust in your team, but also it's like a confidence thing. Like when you
Yeah.
are stuck in a place that you're like, oh, like, the other agent up the road is cheaper, like, but do they want to go with me? And then you have like that doubt in yourself. Like I needed to get all that back because I didn't have that for a really long time. And I'm still working on that, something I'm still like working through. But yeah, being able to like step away from my business a lot and be able to actually take some time away, which has been really nice because I haven't been in a position to do that. And last year I did, which was really awesome as a leader to be able to do that, have a team that you trust and have trust in yourself that like it's going to be okay if you're not there.
I love it because, I mean, you went into business to free your time up. A lot of people go into business because let's rephrase this. A lot of people think going into business is going to give you the freedom to have all of these holidays, but they don't realize how much work is involved to start, to put the systems in place, put trust in your team. And you've done that with the Calendlys, the Zoom links, having an amazing VA, setting up a really good proposal. And on top of that, forcing yourself to do training so you can reset your nervous system, look after your body, so when you do go away, you know the business is okay, right?
Yeah.
So you can switch off and have some time out. And I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
You go into business so you can have more freedom. And
Yeah.
you, young lady, Melissa Hickson, my little superstar, has done this. And I
Yeah.
couldn't be more proud as a coach. Every time I see a post, whether it's a video, and yes, there's been less videos than you would hope to be, but I still talk about me being at the casino and someone coming up to me, I know you. You're friends with Melissa Hickson. I see you on her videos and her
Yeah.
posts on LinkedIn, and
Yeah.
and it's because you put stuff in place. You don't just go to
Yeah.
training. You take action, and you're living the dream. You really
Yeah.
are. Congratulations.
I mean, it's really like it was really scary to be like when I think like one of the things for me was like I had to kind of wake up to the realization that like, okay, like my business is great, I'm growing, it's all good, but there's something that's not aligning. And it's like a lot of that was me. Like I wasn't actually in the right mindset. Like I was like, I was all over the place. I was, doing whatever. So I like to even like be in that place that you like have to take a step back and be like, okay, I need to like do something for me. And having the
Mhm.
girls to be able to support me is really awesome. But like it was it was really confronting. So it was like kind of like taking a step back to be able to take a step forward. And like don't get me wrong, like I still go away and I work all the time, but like I'm not stressed about it. Like I'm able to have these things in place and I was able to like work my calendar so that I know what the time difference is. So I know when I'm going to a concert and I can like say, okay, I'm not free on this day. I'm still doing my one-to-ones with my team on Zoom, but I'm doing this, this, and this is how I fit everything in. So I'm still doing it, but I'm just doing it in a more clever way. So
Love it. Love it.
yeah,
Melissa,
yeah.
people are going to want to know a little bit more about this. We're going to tag you in the posts, right? On social media. It's going to be in the IGT Inner Circle. For those listening, make sure you go to IGT Inner Circle on Facebook and join the group so you can watch the full video. But we'll certainly be putting this on, everywhere and tagging Mel. But where's the best spot for people to reach out to you if they want to talk more about what you're doing with business? Or what you're doing about your own mental health, and if someone wants to have some help in that way as well.
Yeah, I mean, people used to reach out on my Insta. That's probably the best way to reach me. So, um, yeah, I'm happy to give any advice. I have a lot of property management friends actually through like connections or whatever. So yeah, happy to help. And like I don't have it all together, but I'm certainly getting things in place to make it a lot easier for me to be more of that CEO kind of type of person rather than like working in the business. And when I can see I'm working in the business, I like try and step away from that and be like, okay, this is why I need to change to be back in that CEO kind of mind frame. But yeah, obviously like the energetic stuff's really helped me with that as well. And the confidence thing is a major thing that I have taken away from it because that has probably allowed me to get back and do more videos. So I am doing more social media, and I will continue to do so, Deniz.
You see this big smile on my face.
It's beautiful, so I'll post that.
Look, thank you so much. You have been a avid IGT family member with us for many years. I mean, you and I think we first spoke maybe beginning of 2017, before you went out on your business on your own. I think it's phenomenal. I've loved watching your journey. We've had plenty of conversations where you challenged me about things, and the good thing about that, it not challenging me, but you always question yourself. And when you do something, Mel, you're 1,000% in, and that's awesome. So huge thank you for being part of the BDM podcast show and being one of the OG of IGT.
Thanks, Deniz. Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
That was awesome.